From the fairy chimneys of Cappadocia to the bustling streets of Istanbul, Turkey is a land where continents collide and history whispers from every stone. For millennia, this land, known as Anatolia, has been a crossroads of empires, a cradle of civilizations, and the stage for some of history's most epic sagas. Join us as we journey through the sweeping story of Turkey, from its ancient roots to the vibrant republic it is today. Our story begins thousands of years ago, long before the name Turkey even existed. The fertile plains of Anatolia were home to some of humanity's earliest settlements. Imagine the great Hittite Empire, rivals to the pharaohs of Egypt, who pioneered ironworking and signed the world's first known peace treaty. Or the Phrygians, whose legendary king Midas turned everything he touched to gold. Greeks colonized its coastlines, building magnificent cities like Ephesus, while Persians and Romans marched their legions across its strategic heartland. This land was a melting pot, absorbing cultures and ideas, laying a rich foundation for the powers that were yet to come. Then, in the 11th century, a new people rode in from the steppes of Central Asia, the Seljuk Turks. Their arrival would forever change the destiny of Anatolia. In 1071, at the pivotal Battle of Manzikert, the Seljuk Sultan Alp Arslan shattered the Byzantine army. This victory wasn't just a military triumph. It opened the floodgates for Turkic migration into Anatolia, gradually transforming the region's culture and demographics. The Seljuks established the Sultanate of Rum, a sophisticated state that blended Persian culture with Turkic traditions, leaving behind stunning mosques, madrasas, and caravanserais that still stand today, a testament to their power and artistry. But as the Seljuk Sultanate weakened under Mongol pressure, a new power began to stir in the west. Among the many small Turkic principalities, or beyliks, one in particular was destined for greatness. It was led by a charismatic chieftain named Osman. From these humble beginnings, the Ottoman state was born. Osman and his successors, driven by ambition and a warrior ethos, began expanding their territory at the expense of the crumbling Byzantine Empire. They were patient, strategic, and relentless. For over a century, they chipped away at Byzantine lands, encircling its magnificent capital, the legendary city of Constantinople. The city, once the heart of the Roman world, was the ultimate prize. On April 6, 1453, the 21-year-old Ottoman Sultan Mehmet II laid siege to Constantinople. It was an epic struggle of wills. The city's massive walls, which had stood for 1,000 years, were pounded by the largest cannons the world had ever seen. After 53 grueling days, on May 29th, Mehmet's forces breached the walls. The fall of Constantinople sent shockwaves across Europe and marked the true birth of the Ottoman Empire. With Mehmet earning the title the Conqueror, he transformed the city into Istanbul, the new capital of a burgeoning global power. With Istanbul as its heart, the Ottoman Empire entered its golden age. No ruler better embodies this era than Suleiman the Magnificent, who reigned in the 16th century. Under his command, the empire reached its zenith, stretching from the gates of Vienna in the north to the Indian Ocean in the south, and from North Africa to the borders of Persia. But it wasn't just a military powerhouse. This was a time of incredible cultural and artistic flourishing. The genius architect Mimar Sinan designed breathtaking structures like the Süleymaniye Mosque, which still dominates the Istanbul skyline. Art, poetry, law, and science thrived. For a time, the Ottoman Empire was the most powerful, wealthiest, and most culturally sophisticated state on earth. Yet, no empire lasts forever. Beginning in the 17th century, the tide began to turn. The failed Second Siege of Vienna in 1683 is often seen as a symbolic turning point, marking the end of Ottoman expansion into Europe. A series of military defeats, coupled with internal challenges like corruption, administrative decay, and the failure to keep pace with Europe's industrial and technological revolution, led to a slow, steady decline. The empire became known as the sick man of Europe. Throughout the 19th century, waves of nationalism, inspired by the French Revolution, swept through its diverse territories. Greeks, Serbs, Bulgarians, and others rose up to demand independence, and the once vast empire began to crumble from the edges inward. The final blow came with World War I. The Ottoman Empire sided with the Central Powers, and defeat led to its complete dismemberment. The victorious Allied powers prepared to carve up even the Anatolian heartland. But from the ashes of the empire, a new leader emerged, Mustafa Kemal, a brilliant and determined military commander who had distinguished himself at Gallipoli. He refused to accept the partitioning of his homeland and rallied the Turkish people in a desperate war of independence. Against all odds, his nationalist forces drove out the occupying armies. In 1922, the centuries-old Ottoman Sultanate was abolished, and on October 29, 1923, the Republic of Turkey was officially proclaimed, with Mustafa Kemal as its first president. He would soon be given the name Ataturk, meaning Father of the Turks. Ataturk embarked on a radical series of reforms to forge a modern, secular nation-state from the remnants of a multi-ethnic religious empire. He replaced Arabic script with a Latin alphabet, granted women the right to vote, separated state and religion, and promoted Western-style dress and education. His vision was to create a new Turkish identity, rooted in its ancient Anatolian past, but looking firmly toward a progressive, westernized future. Today, Turkey stands as a testament to this incredible journey. It is a nation of vibrant cities and ancient ruins, a country that straddles both Europe and Asia, not just geographically, but culturally and historically. It is a bridge between East and West, a modern republic profoundly shaped by the legacies of the Hittites, Romans, Seljuks, and Ottomans. The story of Turkey is a powerful reminder of how civilizations rise and fall, and how from the embers of the old, the new is always waiting to be born. Thank you so much for joining us on this historical journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from our amazing world. See you next time.